What's up, Mortgage Coach community? I am with the one and only Bill Hart.
Hey, buddy.
What's up? So Bill and I are in Southern California, where he lives. I had to fly down to get here, but the weather's nicer
It was
here.
probably worse for me. I had to drive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was worse for you.
Definitely.
So we are speaking at the sales rally for Gem Mortgage. We just had kind of a 1-2 punch. You gave a 2-hour keynote, and then I gave a TED Talk with a top producer panel. It was pretty good.
It is really good. Let me just tell you about it. So first of all, I got the whole black belt thing finally with
Oh, you
Mortgage
like that?
Coach. So that's way cool. Yeah, if you guys don't know that, make sure you pay attention for that. So yeah, I always love David. I always love seeing the latest stuff that you throw up on the screen for Mortgage Coach. But then he had 2 top producers, which I don't know how much total production did they represent.
Like 300 million a year.
Yeah.
I mean, like
It was crazy.
some of the top 2 loan officers in the country.
It was crazy, and you have become such a great interviewer that, you know, Dave is just, he asks his question and then he just kind of backs out of the frame, right, and lets them roll. So anyway, it was just fun to watch you do your thing, and yeah, I got to tell you guys, if there's one thing that I am abundantly clear of, it's right now in this price-sensitive market that you guys are all in, this differentiation using Mortgage Coach is more important than it's ever been. So if you're, you know, dabbling, like you're okay with it, but you could get better, sharpen your skills.
So here's what I want to do. I want to try to net this out. Let's keep this less than 10 minutes. But Bill did his presentation on what are the 6 things that the top 1% do. And it was powerful. And I've interviewed a lot of people. I've done my version of this. So I've kind of like, hey, I've done all these interviews. These are the things that the best do, but this was next level.
I appreciate it, man.
I think you nailed it. So I'd love for you just to, you know, high level, what are the 6 things?
Yep.
And, you know, kind of frame it. I mean, you
Yep.
spent 2 hours on this, but
Yep.
frame it for everybody, and then let's give the Mortgage Coach
Sure.
community the 6 things.
You bet, you guys. So, and this comes from, you know, 25 years of interviewing top producing realtors, and then 17 years of coaching some of the best loan originators in the industry, right? So I don't have to be brilliant, I just have to pay attention. That's kind of how I view it, like just look for the lessons. So number 1 is get clear. I'm going to give you all 6, and then I'll just unpack them briefly. But number 1 is get clear. Number 2 is time block, obviously. Number 3, generate leads. Number 4, crave efficiencies. Number 5, radiate confidence. And the last, number 6, is to track. And so here's what I mean by that, Dave. On the get clear side, it's like get clear on who you want to do business with, what kind of business you're going to do. Are you going to have a niche? Like, what kind of business do you want? Get clear. Don't just be a generalist. So that's what I mean by get clear.
And I would just ask everybody, we just kicked off Q4. 1, you're closing the year strong. 2, you're preparing for 2020. Write this stuff down.
Yeah.
If you already have it written down, great. Maybe fine tune it. But get clear on what your mission, what your vision, what your value proposition is. What's that script for the borrower at the point of sale? You know, the top guys that I interviewed, and I asked them, hey, how do you open a conversation? What's the first 30 seconds? And there was no stumbling, there was no fumbling. It was like, boom,
Totally.
They were clear.
Totally.
So get clear.
Get clear. So number 2 is time block. And I know that when you hear this, your mind goes someplace else, like whatever, I hate it, I don't want to hear it. But we heard it with the 2 guys that you showcased at the end. It's just irrefutable. And what does Darren call it? He calls it
Well, he schedules jam sessions.
jam sessions. Yeah, I don't care if it's a jam session or a power hour or time blocking. The point is, it doesn't matter what you call it. What matters is that you have a specific set of tasks and activities in your calendar that are non-negotiable for you. I get things blow up and you got to deal with the emergencies. But the point is, they're prioritizing the 20% of the things that get them 80% of the impact.
Yeah, and here's the thing, it's hard for everybody. Both of these top 1%ers that are like the 1% of the 1%, they said from stage, it's hard. Like, it's not easy for them, but they get those things done and they win by noon. You know, they're doing it by noon
Yep.
every day. So 2 awesome things.
Yep,
What's
absolutely.
next?
I just want to call out Win by Noon because that is what Todd Bookspan has done with Win by Noon is so powerful that if that's something that you struggle with and you can go a little bit old school, there's an app coming, but for right now, if you can go a little bit old school, man, it's a great way to drive your day. So do check out Win by Noon. Number 3, Dave, is generate leads. And I know this is obvious, you guys, but I'm telling you, The best of the best view this differently. It's like, this is my job. I create my brand, I have a great team, I generate leads. And I think sometimes average producers sort of react to the leads that are coming in, and that's, if you ask them how it's going, they kind of respond to that. When you ask the best of the best, they're going to respond from a perspective of, how are my lead generation activities going? And I don't care what that is. I don't care if that's you on the phone giving presentations like we just did today, or if you're paying somebody or buying leads. It doesn't matter to me. Just make sure that you're doing some specific activities to generate leads.
And the word that comes to my mind is they're obsessed. Yeah. The best
That's the right word.
Of the best are obsessed with lead generating activities.
That's the right word.
And it happens. And they can't breathe until they get those lead generation activities. And you know what it is. If you guys have questions, put them down below. Bill and I will pay attention to this. Like, if you're on this, well, how many hours should I be calling? Well, if you don't have a lot of loans, 4 hours a day. And the best of the best, they do it at least 2 hours a day. Yep. 2 hours a day of prospecting. What's the next one?
Well, I don't think people talk about this one a lot, and it's just something I notice a lot in coaching, and it's what I call they crave efficiencies, right? So number 4 is they crave efficiencies. It could be an app. You do it all the time. You have given me more tips and good apps and different solutions over the years, but it could be anything, you guys. It could be from, like right now, right? This is happening. This is an efficiency. At some point, somebody's going to say, I should really do an interview. That'd really be great to do an interview. But then you get hung up on the production. So if you could see what's happening here, like this phone, Dave's phone, has my microphone plugged into it because he just bought one. And it's sitting on his tripod on a table that we were just using for the presentation. Like behind us right now is the podium and the screen. But we're just knocking it out. In 10 minutes, we're both done. We're going other directions. So think efficiencies. Is there an app that can help you? Is there a simple solution somewhere that will make a difference for you? There's so many easy ways, like BombBomb. The interview that you just did with Brian Manning, where he sends out 90 videos on a
Text
tripod
videos.
like this, and he texts them to 90 realtors a Friday. Like, it's just such a brilliant efficiency. So that's it, man. They just have a hunger for efficiency.
And just always finding them. I shadowed Jeremy Forcier 2 weeks ago. I spoke at a mastermind in Santa Rosa, and I shadowed him for the day, or half a day, and I got a new efficiency. And I'm not going to say her name because it might blow up this video. I'll say Alexa, because hey, Alexa, will you call Jeremy Forcier? All day long, Jeremy was using his assistant. The other name, we're on an Apple. I don't want to say the S name, but hey, would you call such and such? Mm-hmm. Guys, that's the number one thing that loan officers don't do that they should do on their mobile phone. So
That's
like
really
texting
great.
is important. You have an assistant on your phone. Start using it. Train your brain to do that. So Jeremy, who I think is one of the best prospectors on the planet Earth.
100%.
Like, even the best of the best are like, Jeremy is a prospecting machine.
He is a machine.
He has a new dialing assistant.
Yeah.
And her name is, not going to say it. What's the next one?
I hadn't seen that, so this is new to me, and I love this, and I will start using it so much stronger, because you're right. There's my assistant in my pocket. Come on.
Yeah. Start using it. Like, we got to train ourselves. Crave efficiencies, take it to the next level, and text video.
Yeah. So number 5 was radiate confidence. And again, I don't hear a lot of people talking about this, but I see it over and over and over. And I see, guys like Dave Savage radiates confidence, right? Jeremy Forcier radiates confidence. Todd Duncan radiates confidence. Who else? Josh Metal, Ryan Grant. Just think
Shayla
about
Gifford, she was called out on
Shayla,
stage.
absolutely. Cindy Ertman. Just people that are in this business that like step into their role. We just saw it with Manuel Corral, right? Manny
Corral.
It is, it exudes out of their pores. And I think that sometimes, Dave, people think, well, I either have that or I don't. And I would just challenge you to say, you have the ability to develop that. So develop your confidence. Develop your confidence using Mortgage Coach. Develop your confidence with things like Keeping Current Matters, reading Housing Wire on a daily basis. Like, if you're in this game, be fully in this game. And when you show up, exude confidence so that people say, that's somebody I need to be around. That's somebody that can lead me to where it is that I want to go.
And here's the deal. I don't know that you can fake confidence. You get confidence through capabilities.
Yeah.
Like, the more capabilities you have, the more confident you get. And you get confidence through doing,
Yeah.
getting after it and doing it. And the best, they have that because they have a lot of capabilities that they do consistently,
Yeah.
and they do it. So get out there. So
Totally.
what's the last one?
So last one real quick is just track. Top producers track everything. And so as opposed to, yeah, I'm trying this for a while, we'll see how it works out. Like, you'll never hear that from a highly effective person. What you'll hear is, here's what I've agreed to. 60 days, 90 days, it's going to cost me this. I'm tracking the ROI. Here's my conversion rate. Think that way, you guys. And if you need something from us, I'd be happy to throw this to you to put down in the notes below. But Navigator is an old school Excel spreadsheet. If you have nothing else, start there. Track your leads by lead source. Start looking at conversion rates so that you can have an ROI conversation with yourself about what's working and what's not. So they track.
Yeah, and everybody listen to this, you can at least start tracking how many conversations did I have a day, did I have a week, and how many do you have by noon, when by noon. So you missed one, by the way. So I was like going, man, this is great. He's got these 6 things that the best do, but there's a 7th. And here's the thing about the 7th, is to me, it's not really a 7, it's something that kind of wraps around the 6. It's like you got the 6, and then wrap a circle around it, and then write the words all in.
Nice, man.
The best
Nice.
of the best, they're all in. All of those things, they're just all in.
You tell me I missed something, and then you use my podcast.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Well
I'm sorry.
done, man.
I'm
Well
sorry.
done. So
So-
I agree with that.
Yeah,
That's it.
so guys, you got to go all in. And I get asked all the time, Dave, you do so many interviews, why do you do it and how do you do it? I'm not going to get into the how. The why is I'm really clear I need to change how loan officers think to grow Mortgage Coach. Like, I need to brainwash them that advice matters. I need to brainwash them that technology matters, and that if you use technology and advice together, your future's better. So I look for stories and I interview them. And that's what I love about your podcast, is you're all in. And you're
I don't know any other way
looking
to
for
be.
people
Yep.
in all walks of life
Absolutely.
that are all in.
Absolutely.
They're like, what, under 20 minutes?
30, 35.
Well, when he started it, he told me he was going to keep
I did
under
tell you
20
that, and then they
minutes
stretched.
because I'm ADD, and at 20 minutes or less, I'm all in. And I did notice that you were creeping some longer ones.
Yeah, I've been
So-
given permission based on research. I'm just
Okay,
gonna say
I know.
that.
Well, no,
Yeah.
Jocko does it
Yeah.
for like 2
I know,
hours.
I know.
And I'm all in.
But I'm not Jocko.
I know, you're not Jocko. So how can folks get all in? Tell us where to go.
You bet. Yeah, so like wherever podcasts are sold, right? All I know is Apple, of course, right? So just go to your podcast app and All In with Coach Bill Hart. I do know that Stitcher and all of the other ones, it's served out of Libsyn, so any place where you find your podcasts, All In with Coach Bill Hart. And there's a great episode right now I'd love for you to hear by Jay O'Brien, former realtor. For those of you that are looking for content to take to your realtors, you'll dig that one, Jay O'Brien.
Yeah, Coach Bill Hart, online, connect with him, get his book. What's the name of that book again? Did
I
you write a
did
book?
White Collar Warrior.
White Collar Warrior. And
Check it out.
Just the name of that book, White Collar Warrior. Again, my last name's Savage, so I really liked it.
Pretty badass.
The audiobook is awesome. Check that out. So, guys, we hope this quick hit. We were going to keep it under 10 minutes, but we're like at 13. We know we can't keep it under 13.
It's not going to happen.
Thank you,
15.
brother. Good seeing you. Take care,
Appreciate
everybody.
you, Dave. Later, you guys.
Give us a like, share it with your mortgage friends. Hopefully it was valuable.
See you guys.